Welcome to Lecture 1.2, the MATLAB Environment for Introduction to Programming in Mechanical Engineering. By the end of this lecture video, you will have an understanding of the purposes and the locations of the panels in MATLAB, how to create a basic file organization structure, the purpose of a MATLAB script, how to create a script, the purpose of the editor environment, and file paths and the current directory in MATLAB. This slide, the table of contents, contains hyperlinks to each of the sections to make the downloaded PDF easy to navigate. The toolbar in MATLAB contains buttons for interacting with the MATLAB environment. The New Script button is a shortcut to create a new script file denoted by the .m extension. The New button contains more options to create new files, templates, or folders. The Open button allows you to navigate through opening particular files in the directory structure. Import Data enables you to load data from various source files, including the native .mat format. Save Workspace enables you to save all variables currently loaded in the workspace into a .mat file. This can be a great tool for saving progress in a project. The Add-ons button lists every toolbox currently installed on your system. With a desktop installation, you will use this menu to install missing toolboxes. MATLAB Online automatically loads all MathWorks toolboxes, so you will not need to do this. The Files frame contains a list of all files that exist within the current directory. Take note of the .m script that is already located in this frame. You can also see the current directory as a folder path underneath the toolbar. The command window is an environment where MATLAB code can be written line by line, as you can see in this image. It is also the natural place to print the output from scripts, as will be covered in the future lectures. The workspace contains all variables, their values, and other attributes like their size when they are created. Note that the variables a and b, which were defined from the operations in the command window, are now saved here. In this course, you will write scripts as part of practicing each week. It is important to organize your work to simplify navigating through it. Creating folders to organize all of your code will be very helpful. To do that, click on Folder under the New button in the toolbar. Create a base folder for this course and then new folders within it for each week of the semester. For example, you can follow this following structure. The root is your MATLAB drive with a MEMS 1140 folder inside of it, and then folders for each week inside of that. This neatly organizes your code by week so that it is easy to find and reference your code later. MATLAB code is executed in the MATLAB environment. The simplest way to do this is with one-line operations in the command window, like the examples shown previously in the visual tour of the interface. A script is simply a long list of MATLAB operations that can be executed together as one unit. To create a script, click on Script under New in the toolbar. You can also click on New Script in the toolbar, as it is faster. This will open an empty editor window with an untitled script. This editor is where we will write and execute code in scripts in this course. The script can also be saved by clicking on Save As under the Save button in the Editor tab of the toolbar. This will open up the following context menu. Enter a name for the file in the Save As field. The name should be short and capture the purpose of the code within. For this demo of creating a new script, the file name new script is adequate. Ensure that the file type is correctly set to .m to denote a script. And finally, ensure that it is being saved to the correct location in the folder path at the top of the window. After saving a script, it will be visible in the Files panel, and the Editor tab will be renamed. You can also click on the Run button in the toolbar to execute any code written in the script. Future lectures will cover writing scripts in more detail, and that brings us to an important discussion about file paths. The file path is the location of a file in a folder structure. Take this directory structure. The file path for the Hello World script in this tree is MATLAB drive, course development, MEMS 1140, week 1, helloworld.m. It is important to execute scripts from inside of the correct folder. If we hit run on the Hello World script from inside of the MEMS 1140 folder rather than the week 1 folder, MATLAB will attempt to run it at the following path: MATLAB drive, course development, MEMS 1140, hello world.m, which does not match the true file path shown before. This will cause the following error, which states that the file is not found in the current folder or on the MATLAB path. Remember, it is actually located inside of the week 1 folder, as we discussed previously. Now, the two options that are presented are change folder and add to path. The option change folder is the recommended response to this error. It will automatically update the current directory to the folder that does contain the script that is being run. With our example, the directory before selecting this option is MATLAB drive, course development, MEMS 1140, and then the Hello World script. After selecting this option, it is MATLAB drive, course development, MEMS 1140, week 1, which is the appropriate directory. The option add to path is more complicated. To understand it, we have to understand what the path is. The path variable stores a very long list of folders for MATLAB to check whenever code is executed. If the code being run doesn't exist in the current folder, but it does within a folder in the path, it can be executed. The option add to path will add the folder that does contain the script being run to the existing list of folders stored in the path variable. MATLAB can then access any scripts or functions within that folder from anywhere else in MATLAB. Warning: this option is more advanced, and I recommend that you select Change Folder instead. In summary, this lecture covered the purposes and the locations of the panels in MATLAB. The toolbar contains buttons, files lists every file in the current directory, the command window is an environment to execute code and to see displayed output, and the workspace lists all variables currently loaded in MATLAB. You should create a basic file organization structure through the toolbar to make new folders. This will help to organize your code, and a MATLAB script is essentially just a collection of individual MATLAB commands that are executed together as one file. A script can be created with the button in the toolbar. This opens an empty, untitled editor tab, and the editor is used to edit scripts. It's opened either by creating a new script or by opening an existing script from the Files panel. And file paths are the location of a file in the folder structure. The current directory refers to the folder in which your MATLAB environment is presently located. It is important to run scripts from inside of the correct folder to prevent a file path error.